Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into mind maps, those visual diagrams for sorting out ideas around a central theme.
Exactly. Super useful for brainstorming, planning, studying, all sorts of things.
And since you're here to get knowledge quickly, really understand things, that's what this is all about. We want to properly explore mind maps.
Yeah, we've gathered some really interesting sources. We'll be looking at making them super clear, how to deal with the big, complex one.
Oh yeah, when they get huge.
Right. And how teams can use them together effectively. The idea is to give you practical stuff, maybe a few aha moments.
Okay, so let's dig in. Mind maps. They feel kind of intuitive, but there's history here, right? Tony Buzan really pushed them in the 60s.
He popularized the modern form.
Yeah.
But the core idea, visually linking concepts, that's much older. People mention Leonardo da Vinci using similar techniques.
Wow, centuries ago.
Yeah. And there's some cool brain science behind why they work so well.
That's the radiant thinking thing Buzan talked about?
Exactly. His idea was our brains think associatively, like branches spreading out, not in straight lines like sentences. Mind maps basically mirror that.
That makes sense.
Mm.
And then there's Dr. Sperry's work, the left brain, right brain stuff.
Right, left brain for logic, words, sequences, right brain for images, color, spatial stuff, imagination.
And mind maps pull in both, don't they? You've got the keywords for the left brain
Uh-huh.
and the colors, the layout, the images, engaging the right brain. It's like a whole brain approach.
Totally. So thinking about making them effective, clarity is job one, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Where do you start with that?
Well, first off, have a clear purpose. Like before you start drawing or clicking, ask yourself, what am I actually trying to figure out here? What's the goal of this map?
That stops it just becoming a random sprawl of ideas, right?
Precisely. If you don't have that focus, things get cluttered fast. A clear purpose guides the whole structure, keeps it logical.
Okay, purpose first, then what? How do you make it visually clear?
Colors and visuals, they're huge. Use different colors for main branches, Helps distinguish topics instantly.
Yeah, easier on the eyes.
And icons, little symbols, maybe even small images if they're relevant. They act as visual shortcuts, boost memory, really makes the map more engaging, taps into those visual centers.
So it becomes more memorable than just words on lines. But you also mentioned simplicity. How does that fit?
Ah, yeah, crucial balance. Simplicity aids clarity. Don't write long sentences on the branches. Use short phrases, or even better, single keywords.
Why single keywords?
Keeps it clean, less overwhelming. You can scan it quickly, see the main points and connections. Plus, single words tend to spark more associations in your brain. More flexible.
Got it. Purpose, visuals, concise keywords. What else for clarity?
Structure, organization, think hierarchy, central idea in the middle.
The core concept.
Right. Then main topics branch off that, then subtopics off those, and so on. It creates this natural, intuitive flow from general to specific. Highlights what's most important.
Like a tree structure.
Right.
Radiating out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you build this clear, structured map. Is it then done? Finished?
Not always. Like any thinking tool, it helps to revisit it, review and revise.
Why is that?
Well, your understanding changes, maybe the project evolves, updating the map keeps it relevant, accurate, plus just reviewing it reinforces the information in your memory, trim out stuff that's no longer needed.
Keep it lean and current. Okay.
Yeah.
But what happens when that map just explodes, gets massive? We've all had brainstorms like that.
Yeah, complexity management. It's a real issue with big maps. Thankfully, especially with software, there are ways.
Like what?
Simplest thing, just close the branches you're not working on right now, collapse them, instantly declutters the view so you can focus.
Like hiding paragraphs in a document. Smart.
Exactly. Another powerful tool is filtering.
Filtering? How?
You can tell the software, show me only topics with this keyword, or show me tasks assigned to X, or highlight things with this icon, or priority level. Lets you zero in on specific types of information.
Oh, that's handy. So if you used icons for action item, you could just filter for those.
Precisely. Really helps cut through the noise in a complex project map, for example.
Okay. What else besides closing branches and filtering?
You can often toggle off visual elements, like turn off all the icons or the task completion markers or notes temporarily, just to see the pure structure, the topic text itself.
A sort of simplify view option.
Yeah, basically. And then there's usually a focus in or drill down feature.
How does that work?
You click on a branch, hit focus, and poof, only that branch and its children are visible. It effectively becomes the temporary center of the map.
Oh, nice. So you can really dive deep into one area without distractions from the rest of the map.
It's perfect for fleshing out a specific section.
What if a whole section becomes like its own mini project? Gets too big even for focusing,
Good question. You can often break it off into a linked submap.
meaning.
You take that big branch, save it as a separate mind map file, and the software creates a link from the original topic in the main map to this new submap.
Ah, so you keep the main map manageable, but you can easily jump to the detailed submap when needed.
That's the idea. Great for modularizing really large amounts of information.
Cool. Okay, so we've talked individual use, but what about teams? Collaborative mind mapping came up in the sources.
It's a fantastic tool for teams. Basically, multiple people working on the same map, often in real time, to visually capture and structure ideas together.
Instead of just talking or everyone taking separate notes.
Right. It provides a shared visual space. Everyone sees the ideas emerge, sees the connections being made.
What are the big wins with doing it collaboratively?
Well, it usually boosts participation. Everyone can literally add their branch. It gives a really clear overview of complex discussions, make sure everyone's kind of on the same page.
I can see that shared understanding.
Yeah, and it can really improve knowledge sharing and memory for the whole team because they built it together.
Makes sense. Are there tips for making those sessions work well? I imagine it could get messy.
Definitely need some ground rules. First, clear goals for the session. What are we trying to map out?
Oh.
Encourage active listening, building on ideas, not just shooting them down. Maybe use color coding like Sarah's ideas are blue, Mark's are green, or maybe by theme.
Visual cues again?
Yeah. And like any map, review and update it as you go or afterwards. Keep it a living document for the team.
And nowadays, this isn't just people around a whiteboard, is it?
Oh no. Digital tools are key here. Real-time collaboration online, people joining from anywhere. That's where it really shines for distributed teams.
Amazing how a visual tool can structure group thinking like that. Now, one source had a really specific example. Software testing. How do mind maps fit in there?
Mind map-driven testing. It's
Yeah.
about using maps instead of or alongside traditional, often bulky test document.
Like test plans and test cases.
Exactly. Those can be dense, hard to update. A mind map can be a much leaner artifact, quicker to create, easier to grasp visually, simpler to change.
So how would you use it for planning?
Yeah, planning's a big one. You can create a one-page test plan as a mind map strategy, scope, schedule, risks, all visually laid out. Also great for generating test ideas. The branching helps you think of different scenarios, edge cases.
Like exploring possibilities visually.
And reporting, too. Especially for things like exploratory testing where you're learning as you go. The map can capture your path, findings, bugs.
A visual log of the exploration.
Pretty much. And teams can collaboratively build test scenario maps together.
Sounds really efficient. Any downsides mentioned? Challenges.
Yeah, sometimes there's resistance. People are used to detailed documents. Might see maps as less formal, you know?
Organizational inertia.
Kind of. And also, standard mind map tools aren't always built specifically for testing needs, like detailed test execution tracking or integrating tightly with bug trackers. You might need other tools alongside it.
Got it. Okay, so we've hit clarity, complexity, collaboration, testing. Let's boil it down. Based on everything, what are the killer tips for creating really effective mind maps?
Okay, top tips. Number 1, start in the center with an image, if possible, representing the core idea. Gives your brain focus and freedom to radiate outwards.
The central image, right? Makes it engaging. What's next?
Use color throughout. It's stimulating, helps differentiate branches, boosts memory. Don't just use black ink.
Makes sense? Engages that right brain again?
Definitely. Third, connect your branches. Main branches to the center, sub-branches to their parent. Show the relationships visually. Those lines matter.
And use curves, not straight lines.
Yeah, the sources suggest curves are more natural, less rigid, more visually interesting for the brain. Keeps things flowing.
Okay. Center image, color, connected curvy branches. What about the words?
1 keyword per line, or a very short phrase. Seriously powerful. It forces conciseness and triggers way more associations than a long sentence. Gives it flexibility.
Like little triggers for your brain.
Exactly. And use images throughout, not just the center. Small icons or pictures related to keywords, again, highly memorable, conveys meaning fast. A picture's worth 1,000 keywords, maybe?
Huh, I like that. So make it a real visual feast. What if you feel the structure isn't quite right after you started?
Refactor. Don't be afraid to move things around. Drag a whole branch somewhere else. See how it looks, what new connections pop up. Ask, what does this mean over here? It can spark real insights.
Like rearranging furniture to see the room differently.
Interesting.
And revisiting old maps. update or redraw.
Often, redrawing is better. Even if it's mostly the same info, the act of recreating it fires up your recall, lets you integrate new thoughts or connections you've made since then. It solidifies understanding.
A refresh for your brain's model of the topic.
Yeah.
And if someone listening feels, uh-oh, this sounds complicated.
Remember the strategies. Clear purpose, hierarchy, simplicity, using software features like closing branches or filtering. They are designed to manage that complexity. Don't be put off if the first one feels messy. It's a skill.
Right. So, pulling this all together, mind maps are way more than just pretty pictures. They're serious thinking tools, enhancing clarity, managing complexity, boosting teamwork.
And as we saw with testing, really practical applications across different fields. Better organization, creativity boost, stronger memory. The benefits stack up.
So, for you listening, here's a thought. How could just one of these techniques change how you tackle information or plan your next project? Maybe just sketch one out. Pen and paper is fine to start.
Or try some software. Many have free versions.
It might really offer that clearer, more engaging way to handle your own thinking, your own stacks of sources.
Yeah. Just let those ideas radiate out visually. You might surprise yourself with the connections you find.